All right, good morning. So I've had a subscriber with a lot of questions about Big Country Soccer Time. So I thought I would go ahead and play a game and do a tutorial here on how this works. This is the 4th edition Coilbound book. Understand that the soccer game in all three versions, the big book, this book, and the 2.5 book, has not changed. It's just improved the layout, and there's been some typos corrected, but the game engine has never changed. And I'm happy to have the questions because this is one of my favorite games. I just don't play it as much, and that's too bad. So, like all of my time engine games, they're heavily abstracted. Okay, so first, the questions are. Let's go back here to answer a few questions. So it's heavily abstracted. You're going to create teams. Teams are going to have grades for defense, midfield, attack, style, goalie, and set piece. So here's how I've made up the Bayside team. So their style is an A, their defense is a D, their goalie, Willoughby, is a D, and then we set up the defense. So I have left defender Lincoln, center left defenseman Smarts, center right defenseman Powell, and right defense Vincent. And then I have midfield grade. Underline these so I don't help them stick out. And then my midfielders are grade as an F. Dennison, left midfielder Dennison, center midfielder Wells, and right midfielder Benson. This is their goal chance, right? Their turnover chance, and their set piece opportunity. And then the attackers, my left fielder or left wing King, my striker Booth, and my right fielder Swanson, and attacking three-man front. And then my set piece is B. So there's my overall team grades, but these are my individual players, and all I've done is assign them a D6. So when a goal occurs, I roll the 1D6 to see who made the goal. If a stop occurs, a turnover, I roll to find out which of my players on my team steals the ball away. And if a set piece occurs, I roll to see which player is doing the set piece. And then, of course, if a goal is scored, we roll to see who scores that goal. All right, so this is Bayside, style A. Springfield, style B. Their defense is a C. Their goalie, Stevenson, is an F. Their defense is a three-man. So this team's running a 3-3-4 versus a 4-3-3. Left defenseman Brown, center defense Kratzky, right defense is O'Shea. Their midfield is a B. This is a left midfielder Phillips, center midfielder Robinson, right midfielder Welker. And then last but not least, their attack is a D. That ain't right, is it? Let me double check their attack score. The teams are rated in the book. You can make your own teams, as many teams as you want, any way you want. This is Springfield's attack is a D. So Springfield's attack is a left winger Reynolds. They're a D. Their left striker Thomas, their right striker Shaw, and their right winger McDaniels. Okay, so again, and they all have an assigned number. So if a goal occurs, I just roll a d6 to see who scores the goal. If a turnover occurs, I roll to see who takes it away. If a set piece occurs, I roll to see who's kicking or making the set piece action. And a set piece could be a penalty kick or whatever. It doesn't make any difference. It's all abstract. So the first thing you do when you go to play a game is you need to get what's called the ATR, the game grade. And the game grade is the home team's style, B, versus the away team's style, A. So B versus A is 3+. So the game grade for my score sheet is 3+. A Bayside at Springfield, and then we have the ATR roll. What is the ATR? It is the action timing roll. So the same die that you roll to see if there's action on the pitch also is our time die. So at the same time, you could have a lot of action in a lot of inputs that aren't necessarily going to lead to attacks, but you could also have very little action but a lot of attacks. So you'll see what I mean as this plays out. But so this is basically average for this would be about 4, 5. This is 3. So there's going to be a little action in this game, right? until we go, and again, it's 15 segments. This tells you how many segments are gone and if something occurs. So here we go, folks. We got Bayside of Springfield. Doesn't matter who starts the kickoff. We're just rolling to see if there's action and when that action occurs. So very simple. I have to roll a 3 or more for there to be action during this segment. 5. All right, so we're 5 minutes gone. So actually 15 minutes gone. So 5 segments, right? I'd put 5, and in parentheses, I would multiply that by 3. At the 15-minute mark, this occurs. We look at 3, and we roll again. 1, it's going to be defense. So we're going to look at defense, C versus D. Springfield is going to get the action roll on the defensive chart. All right, Springfield's defense is C, so we're going to roll for them on the C chart on defense. 1, it's going to be a set piece. And who gets the set piece? So so we know there's been a set piece achieved. Who's going to take the set piece? 2, it's going to be Robinson. So Robinson on a set piece. Right? And now we go down to we go over to the set piece chart. Set piece chart is very simple. We're looking at the goalie of the opponent. The goalie over here is Willoughby. He's a D. And the set piece is, we roll the D6. 1 is a stop. So it's going to be Robinson, set piece, and over here we would have stop, goalie stop, right? And that was 15 minutes in. Okay, here we go. Our next ATR roll, 5. Wow, so we're going to have 10, that's 10 segments gone, 30 minutes elapses. We go back here to 3. We roll to see what's up. 5 is defense again. We know the best defense on the pitch is Springfield. So Springfield rolls this grade. They're going to roll C. 3 is a turnover. Who takes the turnover? So we come over to Bayside, and 2 causes the turnover. That's going to be the center left defenseman. 2 gets the turnover. So we're going to see a turnover, and the takeaway, TA, takeaway for Smarts. So Smarts having a pretty good, this is a goalie stop, takeaway by Smarts. So he stops any threat created by the Springfield defense. All right, here we go. Next segment roll, ATR roll. 3 does count as action. So we add 3 to this, 13 segments, 9. So we'd be at 39 minutes, 39-minute mark. We roll again. 6, midfield. So we're going to look at midfield. Midfield B for Springfield, F for Bayside. Bayside's not as good. But so F, we're going to go to the midfield charts for Springfield. So Springfield has had every roll on these charts. B, looking at B. 6 is a turnover. So they're going to turn it over again. Who makes the stop? 3, that's going to be Vincent, the right defenseman. So takeaway, Vincent. So I'm just tracking, these would give you form, you know, Smarts and Vincent having a pretty good day for the Bayside team. Springfield's form, not too hot, as they have turned it over in a couple of chances. All right, ATR roll, this will be the last ATR roll most likely. And it is going to count for, so we have 13 plus 4, 17. 17 times 3, let's see here, 17 times 3, that's 1. Wow, so we had quite a bit of extra time. So what I would just put in here is added time, AT, right? Because we went a couple of segments beyond, which could just be 30 seconds or whatever. And we roll again on this chart. 2, midfield again. We know midfield has the better advantage. They're a B, so we go to midfield B. And 2, it's going to be a turnover. Wow, so the defense for Bayside, 2, that's going to be Smarts again. Take away Smarts. So Smarts twice in the first half has squandered attack chances for Springfield using midfield or defense charts, right? Remember, your defense can set up an attack, your midfield can set up an attack, or your attack, your forwards can set up an attack. All right, so it's going to be halftime. 0-0, and that was added time, 17, right? So, but we're still going to start at 45 minutes, right? So we already know that. ATR, I just got to remember to do the minutes correctly for the second half. All right, here we go. Remember, there are no kickoffs. It's just you roll to see what time it is and what's abstractly happening. 6 is midfield again. And 6 is going to be a big deal. 6, that's 18. So 45 and 18 is what? 60. Let me grab the calculator. So we start at the 45-minute mark of the second half. 45 plus 18. Wow, we are 63 minutes in. So at the 63-minute mark of the second half, we're looking at a midfield again for Springfield. B. Springfield is the better team. They're winning all of these. C. Turnover. Wow. Who gets that turnover? That's going to be Vincent again. So we're going to have a takeaway for Vincent. So both the defensive players, Smarts and Vincent, are really playing well. Their form is top-notch today. Okay, next segment. Wow. 12. This one's going to go quick, folks. 12 times 3. Oops, excuse me. 45. Hang it. 12 times 3. We're already at the 81-minute mark. Holy cow. But look how many action checks we've had. Soccer is a difficult sport, as there can be a lot of action that comes to nothing. 3 is attack. Finally, an attack. F and D. It's Springfield again on the attack this time. Springfield going for a chance to win maybe here. Springfield's attack is a D. They would need a 4. They really want a 4 or a 5. 4 or a 5. No, it's a turnover again. Who makes this stop? 6. Turnover is actually right fielder Swanson, which means this attack literally was happening midfield when Swanson takes it away. Here we go. Final couple of rolls. Nope, we're going to get 13-minute mark. No action. At 84 minutes, nothing. That's one segment. And no, we don't make an action roll. We keep playing this timing. So action up. There it is. This is going to put us at 19. Right? This is going to be extra time. So all you need to do is put added time, because we know this is the final roll of the game. 2 is midfield again. That is going to be Springfield with yet another midfield chance. B, that is their best chance. It is the best, because they're a C, B, and D. By far their best chance, and they've had a lot of them. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to do anything with it. They need a 1, a 3, or a 5. Hold on. Yeah. We need a 1, 3, or a 5. 1, 3, or 5 for a chance to score. No, it's going to be... Yes, shot. Holy cow. So we're going to get a shot on goal. And we go over to the shot table. We're going to look at it. Wilby, he's a D goalie. So we need to roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6 to score a goal. No, set piece. So it's going to be a save. But it's going to be a set piece now. Our set piece is D. So this is a corner kick, right? As the goalie bounces the ball out of bounds, saving it. And we go to set piece. The goalie here's a D. We need a 4, 5. We need a 5 or a 6. We'll win the game. Will get us a goal. No, it's going to be a shot though. So we're looking at another shot. Shot on goal. And goalie D again of 3, 4, 5, or 6. The game is. No, set piece, man, another set piece. So this all of this is happening in extra time, folks. Another set piece chance. This goalie is doing everything he can, save, or just bats it away. And again, we're looking at a 5 or a 6 to get a goal. Oh, I dropped it on the floor. So for those who are betting on my dice hitting the floor, you have won again today. Twice, though. You're having an extra special day. That's the, second or third time I've dropped this die on the floor. Man, what a great game. This was tight. The Bayside goalie is playing superb in the final added time. This defense has taken the ball away many times, but Springfield still has a chance to win it. What did I roll? I need to roll a 5 or a 6 for a goal. 6, that's it. There will be a goal scored by who? Remember, we roll a d6. 5, it's going to be my right striker, Shaw. Wow, and he's going to score that in extra time or added time. Wow, so the goalie shot on goal, he saved it. That led to a set piece corner kick. That led to a shot on goal, he saved it. Led to another corner kick. By the way, the set piece for both of these, Robinson did the first set piece. The second set piece corner kick was by McDaniels, who led to the score. So technically that would be an assist. McDaniels corner kick, and Shaw heads it in for a goal. It'll be Bayside 0, Springfield 1. And there it is, folks. That has been Big Country Soccer Time. Full game. And is what, 3-3-26. And there you have it. So that's how simple it is. The ATR action timing roll. You have your teams rated. If you want to, you can give names to your starting 11. So my goalie, Stevenson, who's also an F rated. Then I have my defensive players. And I name those 3 guys, give them a turnover, give them a goal if they scored a goal or whatever. However I want to set up how my team functions. And then midfield, again, they're a B, and my 3 midfielders. And then their attack is only a D, but they have a 4-man front. Basically, these left wingers drop. You can imagine it's a forward, but with wingers, and then 2 strikers out in front. Your midfield back here, right, like that. Maybe your center fielder comes forward to fill that hole, to give more attackers, right? And then, of course, your defense, that same center midfielder would drop back to give the center, give the defense a little more. So the center midfielder might be playing a little defensive and a little offensive, right? For this particular soccer team. And then this team is a traditional 4-3-3. You got 4 defensemen, your midfielders, and left winger or left fielder, center fielder, striker out in front, and a right center fielder, Swanson. And Swanson did have a big takeaway at the 81-minute mark, and then at the 84-minute mark, nothing goes down. But in the added time, we're post the 90-minute mark, we had a lot of action, shot on goal, set piece, shot on goal, set piece, that led to a final goal for Shaw. Springfield will win this game 1-0. That, folks, is Big Country Soccer Time, or used to be called Football Time, spelled with the European, or I should say, kind of the foreign spelling, F-U-T-B-O-L. Used to be called Football Time, but of course, Soccer Time avoids any confusion when I'm talking about football time versus football time. So, long story short, there it is. That's the tutorial. Take the teams, match up their styles. We get a ATR grade, game grade. Then we roll that ATR die to determine whether there's been any particular chart action. If there is, we roll the chart to see what it is. Is it a defense, midfield, attack? If whatever team has the better grade, advantage, and those areas gets to roll the chart, and they will either gain the benefit of those charts or they'll suffer the consequences of those charts, like a turnover, a shot on goal, a set piece, etc. Right? Then I roll, which is completely optional, if I want to know which player is responsible for the turnover, the shot, the set piece, or the goal. That's it. So when we scored a goal, I made a simple roll to see who did it. Shaw scored the goal. McDaniels made the corner kick. He's the one that fielded the ball into play, and Shaw was able to catch it on the chest and drive it into the net or head it in, however you want to see that action. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.